All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the gaming news update here. As I'm here to give you give you some more updates in terms of what's been happening. Obviously, first things first, we finally did get a obviously a major update about Diablo 4's live service details, which finally has been revealed by Diablo, which is pretty nice. We also got obviously news that in June, Devour Digital will be planning their next showcase will be when their next showcase is going to take place, which will be sometime in June. PlayStation are currently doing a big sale where they've got Forspoken, Dead Space, and many not over 900 plus PS5, PS4 games in their sale right now. Um, the fact that we've also been hearing about the fact that this year's Mortal Kombat may very well be Mortal Kombat 1, and we might be getting a reveal from it in the upcoming PlayStation showcase, which even though Sony haven't revealed the showcase themselves, there's been a lot of reports saying that the showcase is fastly approaching. It's meant to be happening as of next week, but we're kind of waiting for Sony to put the full details on. And speaking of which, another game has finally got a free trial, which is the Weird West. The Weird West is finally getting a game trial on PlayStation Plus. If you wanted to check out this newest title that's just come out. And we've even got, and of course, we're going to also discuss about the fact that there's obviously been some updates about Summer Game Fest. We finally have the confirmation of all the developers or partners who are going to be joining the Summer Game Fest in 2023. We also got the information in regards to the laws of the fallen. We finally have details on that, and of course, they've updated the PlayStation Extra lineup again for tomorrow. Which, yeah, they've been updating this a little bit over the weekend, but they've updated it once again for some apparent reason. And then we have Diversion Games seems to be having a bit of a nightmare considering they've been hit by layoffs recently and then to basically speak volume really. We've there's been a few updates about there's obviously been obviously updates about The Last of Us Part Season 2, updates on the future of Battlefield, and of course the fact that well, there's been an update for Final Fantasy 14, but there hasn't really been that much because we've only just started the week. But I would imagine, hopefully, PlayStation will talk about their upcoming showcase this week, is what I'm hoping is what's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, so first things first, I think we're going to obviously mention about um, Summer Game Fest because, of course, that's coming in a few weeks from now. And as you can see, or well, you won't be able to see because of Jeff's face there, but as you can see from this tweet here, which Summer Game Fest had tweeted out, that they are basically going to have more than 40 partners taking part in the Summer Game Fest activities. They've got alerts you can sign up for on the website, which I'll leave a link in the description. They'll be live from the YouTube Theatre on June 8th. Public tickets are now on sale for those who want to attend. The public, for those in the public who want to be there to see the reveals. But in terms of all the studios who are going to be there, as you can see here, and I'm gonna probably put my I might have to lower my camera down a little bit. There we go. So yeah, as you can see from all the studios that are going to be present, we've got Activision Blizzard. Obviously, Activision are bound to be revealing some stuff relating to the upcoming season of Call of Duty, as well as maybe revealing stuff for Diablo. Amazon Games are going to also be there. We have Amricon Interactive, Bandai Namco, Behavior, Capcom, CD Projekt Red, which we already know they're going to be revealing stuff about Cyberpunk 2077's expansion, Devour Digital. We have Digital Extreme, Disney. We all know Disney have been working with Disney's Dreamlight Valley and, of course, Speedstorm. Mind you, Disney's Dreamlight Valley is yet to have their multiplayer update, so maybe this could be where we see the reveal for it, and maybe there might be some future Disney games that are going to be announced at the show. EA, obviously EA Electric Arts, Epic Games, obviously because of Fortnite. Focus Entertainment have been working on a lot of games for this year. Gearbox have also got some a couple of games on the pipeline. Grind Gear Games, which seems to be a new studio I've never heard of, but seems they seem to be new for this year. We have Hyperverse, which is also another company that's new. Kabam, that's another new company. We have Laurel Studio, they're new. Level Infinite, Magic the Gathering, which we all know that's it's sort of a newish game I've heard about because Doctor Who's going to be having a presence on that game very soon. We have Nanowits and Netflix because obviously Netflix have got their Geek Week happening during Summer Game Fest, so they're going to be working on that as well as revealing games for their platform. We have Nanox, which I believe they're the new studio, and Nectanger, which is also another new studio that's coming. North Beach Games, Paradox Interactive, Pearl Absence, Phoenix Labs, Palantir, I believe that's another new studio that's coming. PlayStation, of course, Xbox, Warner Brothers Games, Ubisoft, Sega, Square Enix. We have Pocket Pairs, they're new. Razer, obviously, they're the providers of mouse and keyboards. Samsung Game Hub, they're going to be involved. Steam are going to be involved. We have Second Dinner, which is another new company. Smilegate Entertainment, they're new. Chemical Festival, they're back this year. And Tech Land as well. So they're pretty much all the companies that are going to be supporting Summer Game Fest in 2023. So you never know. We might possibly get some news from Sony. Potentially, if they decide to do anything at Summer Game Fest, there is a chance they could reveal something at the event. Obviously on June 8th, I suppose we'll have to see if Sony's planning to reveal anything during the show this year, which they did last year with The Last of Us Part 1 being they announced The Last of Us Part 1 as part of the reveal as part of the Summer Game Fest show last year. So there you go. They're all the partners for this year's Summer Game Fest, and you can get tickets. There'll be links in the description if you want to be there to attend the 2023 Summer Game Fest, which is happening in a few weeks, a few short weeks from now, when he'll be live to reveal some brand new games to the public. So that is what's happening with Summer Game Fest in 2023. Certainly looking forward, and I'm hoping I'll get to co-stream this, so I'll be able to co-stream it on Twitch for those who want to watch the event and see what gets announced. Along with this, we did get a so of course we had Formula One has brand new gameplay. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see gameplay of that. But yes, in terms of some other news, obviously the Lords of the Fallen has now been set for a 13th. Well, it's going to be now releasing on the 13th of October for the PS5. For those who want to get their hands on it. So yes, this is the day where so essentially this is the day that's been talked about to be the date for Lords of the Fallen. It's been sort of mentioned by a Xbox Store data miner who has kept track of, has had a really good track record, seems to be very convinced that the 13th of October is going to be the day when Lord of the Fallen will make its way to PlayStation, Xbox, and all the platforms that is going to be supporting Lord of the Fallen. They've also made the comic for Marvel Spider-Man 2 available. For those who want to read it online, it's now available. They made some changes to the PlayStation Extra lineup, where what they've done is they've removed the Store of the Season has been revoked as a PS4 game, is now back on the blog post. However, the availability of Soundfall has been scaled back. So it seems as though Soundfall is only going to be available for Japan and Asia regions. So this seems to be the only country that this game is going to be available. But Story of Seasons is which has now been reverted back into the PlayStation rotation for tomorrow for their extra and premium update. We also got a little glimpse at another new character from Tianka as they revealed another new character recently in preparation for the game's release later this year, which of course Tianka 8 will be looking so they're adding more new characters to the mix, which is quite nice. Diversion Games, as I mentioned earlier, are getting hit with a with the layoffs recently. It was reported as of recently that about 90 staff have been cut from the studio, and obviously we knew that last year that Jason Blundell left, which now seems like the project may be hitting a brick wall as the chunk of developers have been laid off. So now it begs the question. But however, though, they do say that following speculation earlier in the week regarding Final Street Games, the Rocket Arena developers have allegedly worked alongside Diversion Games to support Studio with the AAA title. So yeah, so obviously Final Strike Games might be supporting the Diversion Games since Jason Blundell's departure, and yeah, it kind of sucks that they're getting hit by layoffs. I really do hope that we do get an update for Diversion Games because we really could do with like I said, I'm hoping we'll get an update about the studio because I mean, last year, well, I mean, 2 years ago, we found out they were working with Sony. Jason Blundell would then leave the company a year later, late last year, and we still don't know why he left because he didn't really come out and say he hasn't said anything about why he left. And then Diversion Games has just been really quiet. So I'm hoping we'll get an update from them in 2023 because we really could do with some sort of an update about the future of this studio and whether the studio is either going to continue or if it's going to get shut down. We don't know because, you know, Sony hasn't given us any updates about their work. So it's really, really unknown right now what the future holds for that studio. And then, of course, we have Battlefield. As you can obviously tell, Battlefield has been trying to turn things around recently with the return of the classic class system. So they've been turning things around over the last few months. But obviously, the CEO well, apparently Andrew Wilson claims he's extraordinary confident about Battlefield's leadership and the fact that their ability to bring Battlefield back into an entirely new way in the future. So that he seems very confident that in the future Battlefield will return in a new way, which I'll be interested to see how that will turn out. But I guess we'll have to see. I guess because a lot of people lost faith in Battlefield because of Battlefield 2042. So maybe the future of Battlefield hangs in a balance with whatever that next game is going to be and whenever EA are ready to reveal what the future of Battlefield is going to look like. Final Fantasy 14 got a new update recently. They've just added the Dark Throne content, which is going to be added next week as part of PlayStation. Obviously, Zelda's currently topping the sales right now because obviously it's very popular on Nintendo. Obviously, I haven't got a Switch myself, so that's why I haven't been able to obviously play it. But and then of course Formula One 2023 will not be supporting PlayStation VR 2. That just came out recently, and the fact that the cast of The Last of Us Season 2 has been halted because of the WGA strikes that seem to be yeah, like I said, seem to be affecting The Last of Us Season 2 production. So that's part of the reason why the production hasn't started is because of the strikes that are going on for writers, which, yeah. So, but yeah, so it'd be interesting, like I said, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully the second season of Last of Us will happen. I guess we'll have to wait and see if they will be able to pull it off, despite the strikes, and hopefully they'll be able to get back into The Last of Us Part 2. But yeah, they seem to be very sort of hanging in the balance since the strikes have happened, and hopefully the series will be able to be able to start filming soon, or film at some point this year, following the whole strikes situation. Anyway, now we move on to Call of Duty because yes, as you'd be interested to know, we do have an well, there's been an exclusive from Insider Gaming that well, obviously Tom Henderson is the guy who's reporting about this year's COD, and his sources are telling him at this time that this year's Call of Duty will be referred to as Modern Warfare 3. So yeah, so it appears as though Sledgehammer Games, who are developing this title, are apparently been given permission by Infinity Ward to make a Modern Warfare 3, which is very interesting. Why Sledgehammer Games are the ones who are behind the making of a potential Modern Warfare 3. Now, obviously, they do say it's understood that it's supported by a variety of other Call of Duties like its predecessor. It's been widely reported that Call of Duty 2023 was a premium DLC for Modern Warfare 2, although that was the case at one time. This year's title is a fully fledged sequel to Modern Warfare 2. So it seems as though plans have changed in the last few months, that they've changed it from a DLC for Modern Warfare 2 to being a sequel for Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 will feature a campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, and a new Warzone 2 map during the title's first season. Interesting. All right, so they go on to say that the map, obviously, Alamara, which the map was found in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, will be Modern Warfare 3's fully fledged battle royale map. It's understood that the map will launch during season 1, which is currently penciled in to launch in the beginning of December. So looks like they're looking for a Christmas launch this year for that. But they do say that then they talk about the zombies section of this, which I thought was really interesting. That Modern Warfare is getting zombies, but they say here that Modern Warfare 3 zombies. Several sources say that the mode is essentially Outbreak 2.0. It's understood that Activision currently weighted the possibility of on if the mode would be a part of the premium title or not, and if it makes more sense for the mode to be free to play experience. So there is a possibility that it could be a free to play experience for this title, which I'll be very interested to see if indeed that is what's happening here. And then, of course, what's also interesting is Tom Henderson has actually put key dates for Modern Warfare 3. So these are the dates that he's being told right now to be essentially, these are the dates that he's being told right now to be how the Modern Warfare 3 release is going to go. So essentially, he's basically being told that basically the beta dates for Modern Warfare 3. So it seems as though Modern Warfare 3 is going to get a beta. That the first weekend, which is usually the PlayStation weekend, is going to be dropping from the 6th of October to the 10th of October 2023, which is really interesting that Activision are trying to go for an October launch for the beta and not a September launch, which is very interesting. Beta 2, which is going to be for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Apparently, they're going for a 12th of October to the 16th of October release window for Beta Weekend 2. Campaign Early Access is apparently going to be on November 2nd. So it looks like they might be bringing back the whole Campaign Early Access scheme that they did last year. And then, of course, the full release, according to Tom Helliston, is going to be November 10th. It's going to be the day, well, the 10th of November is going to apparently be the day that they're going to be launching the game for its full release. And then Season 1 and the new Warzone map is apparently due to launch on the 5th of December this year. So essentially the first week of the first Wednesday of December in 2023 is when Call of Duty apparently is hoping to achieve the season 1 for Modern Warfare 3. So if everything is right, here, then it looks as though we might very well be seeing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for a November 10th release, the beta happening in October, with a campaign early access happening in November, and season 1 for Modern Warfare 3 to be launching on the 5th of December 2023. So I want to know from you guys what you make of all of this, because I feel like it's very interesting that Modern Warfare 3 is going to have zombies, because I didn't think. I mean, a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, would it make sense for Modern Warfare 3 to have zombies? But yeah, I'm one of those people that kind of wonders, would it make sense to have a Modern Warfare 3? Yeah, like I said, I'm very, very curious about the decision here for Activision. I mean, if this is indeed the dates that they're following with, which, like I said, stuff can change, because knowing Activision, they may change their minds about the beta in October and might push it for a September launch yeah, for all we know, that could be the time window they might be wanting to push. But yeah, it's really interesting, nevertheless, that Zombies Outbreak 2.0 is apparently in plans for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So it seems as though the zombie mode from Advanced Warfare is coming to Modern Warfare 3, which is interesting. So yeah, curious to see what you guys think of this, and hopefully we'll get an official reveal from Activision and the community soon, because I feel like an official reveal must be right around the corner, considering we're already starting to hear rumors about Modern Warfare 3. I wouldn't be too surprised if a reveal is coming sooner than you think, considering this is Activision we're talking about, and usually when there's rumors like this coming out, usually it leads to an official reveal from Activision itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if a reveal for Modern Warfare 3 is coming soon, maybe within the next month or two, considering we're about to enter the Summer Game Fest season. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the time window they're hoping to achieve a reveal for Modern Warfare 3. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, about this. Modern Warfare 3 to be this. So Call of Duty 2023 is not going to be a DLC now. Apparently, they're pushing for a Modern Warfare 3 full-on release in 2023 instead of that DLC that they promised. Which, by the way, they did promise this a year ago, but now they seem to have changed their minds about the idea of like I said, they changed their minds about the whole idea of them just doing a premium DLC for Modern Warfare 2, which is interesting. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you think of the conversation about the idea of Modern Warfare 3 being the game that everyone is going to potentially play this year. There's also some other articles talking about that Nintendo Switch has made over $63 billion in the last 7 years. And in fact, speaking of Nintendo, because I know there's been a lot of talk from Nintendo about yeah, because there has been a lot of talk recently about the idea of a reveal happening for for the future of Nintendo, because yeah, so yeah, and obviously we have yeah, so obviously comic book here is obviously you've got an article here talking about it, but essentially they've yeah, there's been a lot of obviously talks from investor queue that talks about the fact that Nintendo presidents felt that the company was left onerous to do things that way. They also, and then they talk about the NXB development code from 2015, which is supposedly going to be the development code for the new Nintendo Switch. And they believe that the timing of the Nintendo Switch announcement was a special court case. Otherwise, things are quite. But yeah, so they seem to be very like I said, there could be a shorter time between announcement and release for Nintendo Switch 2. Is kind of what Nintendo are sort of saying in their Q&As recently, which is very interesting that they've been saying that over the because I'm trying to find another article because there's been a lot of talk about this because there was talk about a new hardware that may very well be in the yeah, there's been a lot, like I said, there's been a lot of talk about this new hard. Well, obviously, the plan obviously is that there wasn't no new hardware for 2023, but maybe in 2024. So here we go. Polygon's got a much clearer output. So yeah, so obviously Nintendo obviously recently because there's been a lot of speculation about whether a new Switch could be coming this year. So it turns out that they're very confident that the sales will not slow. Well, they do say though, Switch sales are slowing down, which is what they do say. However, though, they believe that this year is not the year for them to release a follow-up, but they do say, as reported, development seems to be progressing well on a Switch follow-up, but that the product won't happen before next spring at the earliest. So so basically from spring 2024 onwards, we could, and in fact, they do say in a separate report that the new console is on the way and could be ready next year. So that's interesting. So we might see yeah, there's a possibility we could see a reveal as soon as next year. So potentially in 2024 could very well be the year when the Nintendo Switch 2 may finally come into fruition, which I think will be yeah, honestly, it would be a very interesting. It'd be interesting to see what the Switch 2 will be capable of, and it'll be interesting to see how Nintendo will present the future of Switch and this new follow-up of Switch, like the Switch 2, which I would imagine is what they'll call it. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it, for it to be called the Switch 2? But then again, they might go for a completely different name this time around. But yeah, either way, it seems as though next year is looking to be the time when Nintendo are hoping to upgrade the Switch to a whole new to a new gen version for the for well, basically to make games even better, to run better on the Switch. Compared to the OLED version that they've released, who knows? Who knows what the next iteration of Switch is going to be like? It'd be interesting to see, and it'll be interesting to see whether they'll have the technology so that games like, for instance, well, maybe we could have games like Destiny and maybe Call of Duty finally made their way. Well, they're going to have to upgrade their hardware because Microsoft really wants Call of Duty back on Nintendo, so they're going to have to boost up the graphics for the new Switch in order for it to run Call of Duty and games like Destiny in the future. So hopefully we're going to see that in the next year or so. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. I mean, what would you I mean, would you be ready next year for a Switch 3, well, Switch 2, should I say, a Nintendo Switch 2 to come in 2024? Because it seems like next year could very well be the year when Nintendo will finally upgrade the Switch to a whole new with basically new well, hopefully new graphics, new improvements. Well, but basically not just new improvements, but basically um, make games run better than some games have been struggling with the current Switch, and hopefully the new Switch will make games run even better than they've ever run, basically. But yeah, thanks for watching. And by the way, though, guys, I'm actually trying to put my sub goal towards hopefully getting myself a Switch at some point this year. I would like to try and get one. I want to try and get me an OLED one because I've get told by many friends that I should consider getting it, but I don't even have the money. I mean, well, I mean, I've basically been trying to save money, should I say, to get the Switch and everything. So and I'm basically putting my sub goal towards it. So if you want to support my support me on reaching my sub goal, then be sure to do so because it'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.